Every morning, you wake up with dreams, ideas you want to pursue, projects you want to start, changes you want to make. But something stops you. Every single time. Steven Pressfield calls plan to exercise and find a reason not to. Every time you want to create and choose to consume instead. The enemy is not external, it's internal. It lives inside you, and it knows you better than anyone. Resistance is invisible. You can't see it, touch it, or hear it, but you can feel it. It feels like fear, like anxiety, like procrastination, like self-doubt, like that voice saying you're not ready, not good enough, not the right person. Pressfield describes it as a repelling force. The more important something is to your soul's growth, the stronger the resistance. This is how you know what matters. Whatever terrifies you most, that's what you need to do. The fear is a compass pointing toward your purpose. Resistance appears wherever there's potential for growth. Not talented enough. It tells you nobody cares about your work. It tells you to wait for inspiration. All lies. Tomorrow never comes. Talent develops through work. Someone always cares. Inspiration is a myth. These lies feel true because resistance is convincing, but they're designed to keep you paralyzed. The moment you recognize the lie, you weaken its power. You cannot reason with resistance. You cannot negotiate with it. You cannot eliminate it. It will be there tomorrow, next week, next year. It never goes away. It never takes a day off. This sounds depressing, but it's actually freeing. Stop waiting for the day you feel ready. Stop waiting for confidence to appear. Stop waiting for fear to disappear. They won't. You move forward despite them, not after they're gone. Professional athletes don't wait to feel motivated. Soldiers don't wait to feel brave. Writers don't wait to feel inspired. They show up and do the work anyway. The many faces' favorite tool. Not doing something is easier than doing it badly. Waiting protects you from failure, from judgment, from disappointment. So you wait, and wait, and wait. Pressfield says procrastination is the most common manifestation of resistance. We don't tell ourselves we'll never do it. We say we'll do it later, tomorrow, next week, when conditions are right. This feels reasonable, but it's still resistance. The cure is simple, but hard. Start now. Not perfect. Not ready. Just start. Resistance uses pleasure as distraction. Sex, food, drugs, shopping, anything that provides instant gratification. These aren't bad things, but resistance weaponizes them. It offers you the easy reward now instead of the meaningful reward later. Creative work is hard. Scrolling is easy. Notice when you're seeking distraction. What are you avoiding? What work are you not doing? The distraction is never the problem. It's your deeper goals. Some people manufacture drama to avoid their real work. Creating problems gives you something to focus on besides your calling. Relationship drama, financial chaos, health crises caused by neglect. These feel important and urgent, so you never get to what's truly important. Resistance and identity. Resistance loves when you identify as your problems. I'm depressed. I'm an addict. I'm broken. These identities become comfortable. They explain why you can't do your work. They protect you from trying and failing. Pressfield isn't dismissing real struggles. He's pointing out how resistance uses them. Your past doesn't have to determine your future. Your diagnosis doesn't define your potential. Your circumstances don't eliminate your responsibility. The shift is subtle but powerful. From "I am my problems" to "I have challenges I'm working through." One traps you, one frees you. Blaming others is another resistance tactic. Your parents damaged you. Teacher discouraged you. Your boss doesn't appreciate you. Your partner doesn't support you. All might be true. But resistance uses these truths to keep you stuck. Taking responsibility is terrifying. If nothing is your fault, nothing is your responsibility. If everything is someone else's fault, you're powerless. Resistance loves powerlessness. It means you never have to try. Empowerment starts with ownership, not blame, but responsibility. You didn't choose what happened to you, but you choose what you do now. Fear and self-doubt. Fear is resistance's nuclear weapon. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being exposed as a fraud. These fears feel overwhelming because they touch our deepest insecurities. Pressfield says, fear is good. It means you're pushing boundaries. It means you're attempting something that matters. The fearless person is either lying or attempting nothing worthwhile. Eliminate fear. It's to act despite fear. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Self-doubt whispers, you're not good enough, not talented enough, not smart enough, not experienced enough, not special enough. It compares you to everyone who's already successful and asks who you think you are. This voice feels like truth. It feels like realistic self-assessment, but it's resistance. The antidote is not confidence. Confidence comes from action, not before it. The antidote is commitment. Deciding that good enough or not, you're doing this. That whether you succeed or fail, you're trying. This decision neutralizes self-doubt, resistance, and rigid thinking. Pressfield defines fundamentalism broadly. Any rigid belief system that provides certainty and eliminates questioning. It doesn't have to be religious. It can be political, dietary, ideological. Anything that gives you absolute answers so you never have to think for yourself. Why does resistance love this? Because finding truth requires certainty. Something. Creating requires risk. Growing requires questioning. Fundamentalism eliminates all three. It gives you answers so you never have to search. It gives you identity so you never have to discover yourself. The opposite of fundamentalism is not atheism or chaos. It's curiosity. Being willing to not know. Being open to being wrong. Being comfortable with complexity. This openness is where creativity lives, and resistance hates it. Criticizing others is easier than creating yourself. It requires no courage, no vulnerability, no risk. You get to feel superior without proving anything. Resistance loves this because it keeps you safely on the sidelines. Pressfield distinguishes between constructive feedback and destructive criticism. Notice how much energy you spend criticizing. Could that energy go into creating? Notice who you criticize. Are they doing what you wish you were doing? Often, our harshest judgments reveal our deepest longings. Resistance's gift to you. When the work is hard, when the fear is strong, when the doubt is overwhelming, here's something to make it all go away. Alcohol, drugs, endless scrolling, anything that quiets the discomfort. The problem is the discomfort is trying to tell you something. It's pointing toward growth. Numbing it doesn't eliminate it. It just delays it. And it prevents you from doing the work that would actually resolve it. Pressfield struggled with this himself. Here's a disturbing thought. Resistance wants you unhappy. Because unhappy people don't take risks. They protect what little they have. They don't pursue dreams that might make things worse. They settle. They survive. They never truly live. Happiness requires vulnerability. It requires putting yourself out there. It requires possibility of loss. Resistance eliminates all of that by keeping you in low-grade misery. Not terrible enough to force change, but not good enough to feel satisfied. Breaking this pattern means discomfort over unhappiness. The discomfort of trying over the unhappiness of not trying. The discomfort of growth over the unhappiness of stagnation. This choice is available every single day. The good news. After showing how powerful resistance is, Pressfield gives hope. It can be beaten. Not eliminated, but beaten. Daily. Through work, through discipline, through showing up. Every person who has created anything has faced the same resistance. Every artist. Amateurs wait for inspiration. Professionals work on schedule. Amateurs let their feelings dictate their actions. Professionals act regardless of feelings. Amateurs are passionate. Professionals are committed. Passion is fickle. Commitment is steady. Turning pro is a decision. A line you cross. On one side, you dabble. On the other, you dedicate. The moment you decide to be a professional, everything changes. Not externally at first, but internally. Characteristics. Amateurs want immediate results. If it doesn't work quickly, they quit. They jump from project to project, always chasing the next thing. They never stay long enough to get good at anything. Professionals understand the long game. They know mastery takes time. They know success is built through thousands of small actions. They commit to the process, not just the outcome. They trust that consistency compounds. This patience is not passive. It's active persistence, showing up when nothing is happening. Chaos is resistance's playground. When your life is disorganized, when you have no routine, when everything is reactive, there's no space for creative work. Resistance wins by default. Professionals create structure, not to be rigid, but to protect their work. Morning routines, dedicated workspaces, scheduled creation time. These aren't restrictions, they're boundaries that keep resistance out. Order in external life creates space for wildness in creative life. Think about what to do next. You have energy for what matters. Amateurs romanticize. They wait for the muse. They need the right mood. They require perfect conditions. They make creation mystical and therefore impossible to control. Professionals demystify. They show up at the same time every day. They work whether inspired or not. They treat it like a job because that makes it doable. The muse doesn't visit those who wait. It visits those who work. This doesn't eliminate magic. It creates conditions for magic to happen. You can't control inspiration, but you can control your presence. The professional mindset, fear never disappears. The professional just has a different relationship with it. The amateur lets fear stop them. The professional feels fear and works anyway. This is the crucial distinction. Professionals aren't fearless. They're fear familiar. They know fear will show up. They expect it. They don't let it mean anything about their capability of their work. It's just part of the process. The more you act despite fear, the less power it has. Excuses are the armor of amateurs. Every reason why today isn't the day, why this isn't the time, why circumstances aren't right. Professionals strip away the armor and show up vulnerable. There's always a reason not to work, always something else that seems more urgent. Professionals see through these. They recognize resistance in disguise. They work anyway. This doesn't mean ignoring real obligations or health. It means not using them as shields. It means finding the space, even small space, for what matters. Things go wrong. Plans fail. Projects collapse. Critics attack. Professionals don't whine about it. They don't waste energy on what should have been. They deal with what is. Amateurs need favorable conditions. Professionals adapt to conditions. Life will never be perfect. Conditions will never be ideal. Thank you for confidence and support. They play the hand they're dealt. They don't fold because the cards aren't perfect. Preparation and resilience. Luck favors the prepared. Professionals do the work before opportunities appear. They practice when no one is watching. They refine their craft in obscurity, so when the moment comes, they're ready. Amateurs wait for opportunities, then scramble to be ready. They want the shortcut. They want recognition before skill. Professionals reverse it. They build skill, knowing recognition follows readiness. This preparation is not guarantee of success, but lack of preparation guarantees missed opportunities. Failure happens. Projects fail. Books don't sell. Businesses close. The amateur internalizes this. They think it means they're failures. They let it define them. They quit. The professional externalizes it. The project failed. That doesn't make them a failure. It's feedback, not judgment. It's information. Doesn't work. It's part of the process, not the end of the story. This perspective is not delusion. It's resilience. Taking failure personally makes it devastating. Keeping it separate makes it educational. The professional doesn't let success inflate their ego any more than they let failure destroy it. Success is external. It's about the work connecting with the world. It's not proof of superiority. Amateurs become arrogant with success. They think they've arrived. They stop working as hard. They believe their own press. The professional knows success is temporary. The work continues. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Stay working. Success doesn't change who you are or what you need to do. Working with others. Professionals know what they can't do. They accept it. They hire help. They collaborate. They don't pretend to be good at everything. This isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Amateurs let progress. They won't admit they need help. They won't pay for expertise. They struggle alone with things others could do better. This slows everything down. Know your strengths. Know your weaknesses. Focus energy on strengths. Get support for weaknesses. This isn't cheating. It's strategic. The professional evolves. What worked before might not work now. What you did in your 20s might not serve you in your 40s. Staying current requires willingness to change. Amateurs cling to past success. They keep doing what worked once, even when it stops working. Professionals embrace the discomfort of being a beginner again. Reinvention is not abandoning who you are. It's allowing who you are to grow. Your core remains. Your expression evolves. This keeps work fresh. It keeps you engaged. You don't declare yourself a professional. Others recognize it by how you show up, by your consistency, by your standards, by your commitment. The title is words. Amateurs talk about what they're going to do. Professionals show what they've done. Amateurs need validation. Professionals create value. The difference is obvious to everyone watching. Turn pro in private first. Let the public recognition follow. Don't worry about whether others see you as professional. Worry about whether you're acting professionally. Part 3. The deeper work, connecting to something greater. Pressfield introduces a spiritual dimension. He believes creative work connects us to something beyond ourselves. Call it the muse, the divine, the unconscious. Whatever you call it, professionals access it through their work. This isn't mystical nonsense. It's the experience every creator knows. The moment when something flows through you rather than from you. When the work is better than you knew you could make. When you're channeling rather than constructing. Amateurs dismiss this or wait for it to happen randomly. Professionals create conditions for showing up by doing the work, by opening themselves to possibility. You can't force it, but you can invite it. The work you're meant to do comes from who you really are, not who you pretend to be, not who others want you to be, who you actually are underneath all the layers. Resistance wants you to hide your authentic self. It's vulnerable, it's different, it risks rejection. So you conform, you copy, you play it safe. Turning pro means revealing yourself, putting your genuine voice into the world, trusting that your unique perspective has value. This is terrifying. It's also the only path to meaningful work. Your authentic self is your greatest asset. Your real voice is what the world needs. Territory versus hierarchy. Pressfield distinguishes between territorial and hierarchical approaches. Hierarchical is about status, about being better than others. External validation. It's exhausting and resistance-prone. You're always comparing, always competing, always needing proof of your worth. Territorial is about the work itself, about your domain, about intrinsic satisfaction. A bird sings not to impress other birds, but because it's a bird. A professional works not for applause, but because it's who they are. When your motivation is territorial, resistance has less power. You're not dependent on outcomes you can't control. You're focused on showing up to your territory. Success or failure, praise or criticism. You keep working because the work itself matters. This shift is profound. From seeking external validation to finding internal satisfaction. From competing with others to honoring your own path. From needing to be the best to being committed to doing your best. The territorial orientation frees you from the comparison trap. Your territory is yours alone. No one can do your work. Your contribution is unique, not because you're better than others, but because you're you. This is enough. This has always been enough. The human imperative. Humans are meant to grow, to evolve, to actualize potential. Resistance fights against this imperative. It keeps you small and safe. But small and safe is death. Not physical death, but soul death. Your unlived life haunts you. Every dream you didn't pursue. Every gift you didn't develop. Every risk you didn't take. This haunting creates the low-grade misery that so many people feel. They're alive, but not living. The professional chooses life, chooses growth, chooses risk. This doesn't guarantee happiness, but it guarantees aliveness. And aliveness is what we're here for. Not comfort, not safety. Aliveness. The feeling of being fully engaged with your purpose. Of using your gifts. of contributing your unique piece to the world. Evolution is not optional for those who want to truly live. You either grow or you stagnate. You either actualize or you atrophy. There's no standing still. Every day you choose resistance or growth, comfort or aliveness, fear or courage. The professional makes this choice consciously, not once, but daily, sometimes hourly. The choice is always available. The power is always yours. This is both the burden and the gift of being human. You get to choose who you become. Living the creative life. Pressfield concludes by describing what life looks like on the other side of resistance. It's not easier. Problems don't disappear, but they're different problems, meaningful problems, problems that come from doing work that matters. The professional still faces fear, doubt, and criticism, but these don't stop the work anymore. They're just weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy. The professional shows up regardless. It's not a perfect life. It's a chosen life. A life of purpose over comfort, of growth over safety, of meaning over ease. It's the life you came here to live if you're brave enough to claim it. The creative life is available to everyone, not just artists. Anyone who wants to bring something new into the world. Anyone who wants to grow. Anyone who wants to contribute. This life requires courage. It requires discipline. It requires commitment to showing up even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. But the reward is immense. Not fame or fortune, though those might come. The reward is living aligned with your purpose, using your gifts, being fully yourself, contributing your unique voice. This is what makes life worth living. Steven Pressfield's The War of Art gives you the map. Resistance is the enemy. Turning pro is the answer. Your work is the battleground. The war never ends, but you can win the daily battles. Every morning, you choose. Give in to resistance or fight it. Stay amateur or act professional. Live the unlived life or start living it. The choice is always yours. The power is always yours. Stop waiting. Stop preparing. Stop planning. Start working. One page, one rep, one action. Today. Now. This is how you beat resistance. Not by thinking about it, but by doing despite it. The war is on. Pick up your weapons. Show up to your work. Fight the good fight. Your unlived life is waiting for you to claim it. Thank you for watching.